Hi, welcome, dear future au pairs. This is a little au pair tip video if you are thinking about becoming an au pair like me. I hope this video can guide you to have a better au pair experience. I'm Kaley, I'm 18 years old. I'm half English and Chinese, but I've been living in Germany until now, so my Chinese was pretty bad, which is one of the main reasons why I decided to join this program after I graduated high school. And I have to say my Chinese has improved quite a bit since then. I am currently with my lovely host family in Shanghai, and I've been here for 8 months already. My host mother welcomed me with open arms and immediately treated me like family. She's really nice. My host kids are also adorable, funny, and full of energy. Seriously, so much energy. And I've really become like an older sister to them since I've arrived, which also means we fight occasionally, but to all the au pairs who have siblings, that happens, that's normal. But the fights never affect our relationship in any way or form, and we make amends very quickly. So yeah, let's get into the tips. Some advice before the program starts. Prepare yourself mentally, because the process after you apply and arriving in China is quicker than you imagine. Try to finish all the paperwork after you receive them to avoid any delays. So check now if your passport is still valid. Do not be like me. So another thing I can highly recommend is reading through the packing list Star Exchange sends you, for example, like any for sickness, cough medicine or cough syrup, because we're used to a different climate. So really prepare some medicine for your own good. When you're sick, you don't really want to go outside in such a state. So yeah. Another thing, you don't have to, but take a mosquito net or something similar to that. The mosquitoes here are really horrible. You've got tiger mosquitoes here, and this net was my lifesaver, and it was essential for me to have peaceful sleep. So yeah, those are the things I can recommend you to take before you travel to China. So some advice during the program is keeping yourself happy and doing the things you enjoy. It's not only good for your mental health, it really makes your experience just a whole lot better. It makes a big difference. I know you're going to be in a new environment, but you're going to try to adapt and get used to a new routine. For example, going for a short walk in the morning, going to school and exploring being with kids at the end of the day as well. So try to include your hobbies like exercise into your routine to keep your mind at peace and recharge. As mentioned before, the kids are very energetic, so you will definitely need that time. Also take advantage of your new environment. So make new connections, make new friends in school, join communities. Do not be afraid to try new stuff. For example, for me, I found FitFam in Shanghai. It's a community run by volunteers where you exercise and it's for free. If you want something more specific, I can also recommend 大众点评, where you can buy a class for your liking. My first tip for making a better connection with your host family and you is, if you treat them like family, they will do the same as well. So spend a bit more time with the kids, even if the schedule says otherwise. Maybe in your way, show your appreciation. So I made little gifts for them, for example. The reason why I say this is because after I arrived in China, I acted like a worker. So I played with the kids when it was exactly at that time when the schedule said so. Looking back to it, I'm very glad that I changed my past behavior and started to play with kids more. For example, if my host kid was awake earlier and wanted to play, I would play with him instead of waiting until my work time was actually starting. So it really does strengthen the bond between us, and it really makes a big difference and makes you feel more like a family. So I've also realized that your host family really does appreciate the work you do, but they show their appreciation in different ways instead of saying it directly. Like, for example, they buy gifts for you or take you out on vacation, because those always have like extra costs for them. And yeah, if they take you for a vacation, yeah, I really appreciate it. I have to be honest, being an au pair takes up a lot of energy. Do not underestimate the amount of energy the kids have, because wow, their energy levels are up here. So try to do the things that you also have interest in and really just be yourself. that's what helped me as well. Automatically, it will become more fun for you, and the kids will probably have more fun as well because it feels more natural and is an easier way to talk more. Just be a nerd in a topic you like, for example, drawing, I don't know, looking at insects outside in the plant with the plants, or yeah. So just be yourself. Talking about cultural differences, I personally don't think you should stereotype people, but the Western culture and the Asian culture really is something else. So if they clash, try not to take it personally, okay? My host family, for example, they change their plans constantly and they are quite spontaneous. So I always ask them ahead if they had any plans. I always ask them as well because my host mother, she needs to take care of 3 kids, which is a big challenge. So I just double checked what their plans are, what time, what day. I had trouble with this because I love to plan ahead, but something that helped me was to be open-minded. I always reminded myself, if one door closes, another one opened. So take that advantage of that new opportunity and adapt. Try not to get annoyed about this because I have met a lot of Chinese people who have a tendency to do this. So just don't take it personally. Another thing my fellow au pair friends and I notice is the thank you and you are welcome habit from Chinese people. It's barely said inside the family, but that's not because they don't like you or anything. It really is just a habit. It's just something they do not do, which also includes my Chinese grandma. She doesn't like it when I say thank you and you're welcome so much. So I still encourage my host kids to say thank you and you're welcome because that is also part of the Western culture and is useful for them to learn if they want to go abroad, for example. And try to stay positive and never assume they have ill intentions if something bothers you. Try not to have this endless spiral of negativity. It doesn't benefit anyone, and try to understand them if you were in their shoes. Give them the benefit of the doubt because it is most likely a misunderstanding. Even though I've got Chinese family members, it was still pretty easy to have misunderstandings, probably due to some cultural differences or different habits, which is normal. And if you are not sure, I would ask your personal coordinator if they have some advice how to handle this situation. Shout out to Nicole. She is an awesome person and she has seen so many different situations and really knows her stuff. She's so experienced in many ways and she has seen so many situations and has pretty much the perfect solution for everything. So be honest and yeah, just try to be as positive as possible. I think this one might be important for you to know because some Chinese people like to stare at foreigners. Not because they dislike you, but it's more because they are curious. I've noticed this personally. China has only been open for a few decades, so some Chinese people, especially the older ones or the elderly ones, haven't seen a foreigner before. Even in Shanghai, one of the most international cities in China. So I just smile at them, maybe greet them, and just carry on walking, move on with my day. And it's important not to take it personally. There are a few things I think they do really well. So, firstly, at the beginning, after you land in China, they give you personal training and they really help you adapt to your new environment and make sure you don't get lost on your way to school and also make sure that you get enough rest due to jet lag. And Nicole, she really gave me an ensuring feeling and helped me to adapt to my new surroundings a lot quicker and introduced me to my mission as an au pair here as well. So Nicole really cares about you and your well-being as well. So she's really open-minded and I cannot stress enough how much she's helped me in many situations which were very concerning to me. And while finding a solution that also helped to maintain a good relationship with your host family, it also solved my concerns as well. So just she's very experienced, I can tell. Another important thing to improve your au pair experience is to be honest to your personal organizer. Be honest about the current issues you are having, otherwise it might turn into a bigger problem. communicating openly and honestly with your personal organizer is very important. Trust the advice Star Exchange gives, not only because they have been working for many years and know about cultural differences you might not think are so significant, which is also a reason why you should be try to be as open-minded as possible. Obviously, there is advice that is common knowledge, like taking care of your belongings, keeping it safe, keeping whatever safe, and stranger danger, and etc. etc. But Star Exchange has witnessed so many situations regarding the relationship between the au pair and the host family. Since I've joined this program, I noticed they put a lot of effort into making your au pair experience go as smoothly as possible while keeping a good relationship with your host family. So, since now, all the advice Nicole has given me so far has been more than helpful, and it really just improves your general experience in China and reduces stress a lot. Obviously, I'm not saying that everything will go perfectly smoothly, and there will absolutely be ups and downs during your experience, but that also kind of counts for life in general. So try to keep your head up when you are down and try to search for a solution instead. List the reasons why you want to come to China or why you came to China and go over it to make sure you have a goal. Mine, for example, as mentioned before, is to learn Chinese, their culture, and make new connections. That's pretty much the little cherry on the cake. All in all, I can recommend this au pair program because it really gives you a different perspective and is a fully immersive experience into the fascinating Chinese culture for a longer period of time, compared to just traveling around and ticking off the tourist hotspots and not getting to know the people properly. So the time is going to go by really quickly, and I am so happy I've tried something new after I graduated from high school. I could not be more grateful to have this opportunity to visit this amazing country through Star Exchange. I hope this video was in some way useful for you, and I wish you good luck and fun in your personal au pair adventure. Bye bye!